Alright guys, so this is a random event that happened. We got a notice that there's another apartment available here in, I would not say the really center of Kiev, but a little bit outside. Still a very nice neighborhood. And I'm gonna take you a tour of the apartment, show you what it's like, show you the pluses and minuses, and then show you the price, so that you have an idea of what the apartments are like. And so this is what the main area looks like. It's obviously winter right now. It's gonna look a lot nicer in the summer. And this is the building here, okay? This is kind of what the building looks like. This is really a Soviet building that was built in the 70s. And so on the other side of this building, you have kind of this main highway there. Not even a highway, kind of a main road, and it's kind of noisy. But the benefit of this apartment is that it's on the last floor, which makes it a lot more, you can kind of deal with the noise. So we're gonna go inside the apartment, and I'm gonna show you what the apartment is like, what the noise is like. I'm gonna show you the inside of the interior. I'm gonna show you how the apartment looks like on the inside, as well as how the building looks like on the inside. This is you got some announcements here, for work, jobs, things like that. This is what the entries look like. Okay, so here we have the bedroom, and it's a pretty cool bedroom. And right now I want to show you the actual balcony. And the reason I wanted to show you the balcony is I wanted to show you the view. And this is one of kind of the main streets there. And thankfully it's not very loud, so I was very happy about that. It's actually a pretty nice bedroom, really nice, very tastefully done. Some posters here and there. And right now we're walking through the corridor to the office / third bedroom, whatever you want to make. And this is actually great for somebody like me who needs an office, who works from home. I think this is super ideal. There's a nice view. It's very cozy. And right now we're going back to the living room, and we have a bed there, some posters on the wall, a Christmas tree. This is kind of the main corridor, some nice furniture everywhere, and this is the bathroom. And honestly, I really like the bathroom. The bathroom is very good quality. There's a lot of fresh stuff there. It's not very Soviet. There's a nice tub there, a nice faucet. This is the corridor. We're walking along the corridor. This is kind of the main area. We could make it into a couch. And I want to show you the kitchen right here. We got the kitchen, very cool. Everything is tastefully done. Everything is very nice. This is what I like. Maybe it just needs a little bit of cleaning. But apart from that, I mean, it looks very cool. I was very impressed with this apartment. Lots of great things. Lots of really cool posters. Some pop art posters, if you are familiar with that. Really like them. Really nice views. Because it's very high up. And I wanted to show you there's some things about that apartment that definitely needs some work. Is that there was some leakage from the roof that you can see right there, and that's something we need to make sure it's not gonna happen again. But I was really impressed overall with this apartment, with just kind of the art, the styling, the remodeling. Really cool. Had a couple of walks back and forth. Really enjoyed it. And at this point in time, this apartment is definitely something that we are definitely considering, given that it's a lot better than some of the other apartments, and given that it's high up, and so you don't have a lot of noise, you don't have a lot of distractions. And so this is how the staircase looks like to the apartment. This is the elevator. So just to get an idea of what the outside of the apartment looks like, the outside of the apartment itself and the building, right? This is what you see if you decide to walk down the stairs instead of taking the elevator. So there are 9 floors in this building,
And this is a building that was built in the 70s. And so this is a very Soviet building. This is kind of what you're gonna find if you want to dare to walk manually by foot. And you're gonna find something like this. So you're gonna find a lot of great things. And the thing about this building is that a lot of the people got these apartments during the Soviet times. And so that's kind of the thing about buying an apartment in ex-Soviet countries, is that you may buy a nice apartment, but the person next to you might be living in an apartment that was not renovated in 50 years or more. And they could be from a completely different socio-economic class. And so you might have money, you might have nice things, you might have a nice job, but the person next to you might be somebody who is, drinking, smoking, not very educated, not very sophisticated, I may say. Something to consider. And this is kind of one of the big, I would say, in my view, minuses of buying an apartment in one of these buildings, because just because you have money and you can afford a nice apartment does not mean that you're going to be surrounded by like-minded people. So this is something to keep in mind. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this apartment view. It was a random visit. We just decided to check it out. Got an idea of how the apartments are here in Ukraine, just to give you an idea. Really hope you enjoyed this view. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Would you buy it? Would you not? Would love to hear what you have to say. So I wanted to share with you some thoughts about this apartment. Is that the first thing is that this is the nicest apartment that we've seen so far, and we were looking at new developments, and then we decided to shift focus and start to look at some of the older apartments because we wanted to live closer to the city. And we've seen a couple of other apartments that I haven't filmed, but this is by far a really nice apartment on the inside. This is an apartment that you can move in, you feel immediately comfortable in it. I immediately felt comfortable. There's a 3 rooms. There's the main room, there's the an office, which is great, since I work at home mostly. There's a bedroom, which is very, very cozy. So the remodeling is awesome in this apartment, really top remodeling. The only main disadvantage is the building. The building is probably one of the dirtiest and one of kind of the worst in terms of quality. It actually smelled when we initially walked in on the first floor. Maybe it's because of cats were there, maybe they were cleaning it, maybe it was something else. I've lived all over Kiev, and I've never been in a building that smelled that much. And so what you have is kind of the perfect storm, if you will, right? On one hand, you have an apartment that's really nice, beautiful, remodeled, everything like that. And on the other hand, you have a building that is one of the worst conditions. And so it's a tough choice, because we've been in nicer buildings, we've seen worse apartments. But in this example, you have a building that you kind of have to close your eyes when you're walking in, but the apartment is beautiful. You immediately feel at home, you immediately feel good about. Anyway, this is kind of what we're up against. This is what we have to be thinking about, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of thinking in the coming days or so, in the next 24 hours, trying to decide. But I just want to say that I've never seen such a huge contrast between apartments, because usually it's kind of very similar. You have a nice apartment, or you have not so nice apartment, and you have a nice or not so nice building. But in this case, the building is definitely one of the worst, that I would never dream of living, but the apartment is really, really nice. And so this is kind of what you have to be thinking about. And so I'm kind of torn. Honestly, my initial thoughts is that, do I want to live in such a building? Okay, that's the first thing. It's like, because I've lived all over Kiev, and honestly, I don't remember being in a building this bad. It's not the best. And this is kind of the outside. right? This is the building here, right? This is the building. And so you have one windows that are facing the highway, and you have another window that's facing the back side. And so that is all fine. It's not noisy. That's a huge benefit. But the biggest problem is the building. Do you really want to move to a building that kind of smells? Anyway, we're going to be thinking about it. Hope you enjoyed this little tour, and I will talk to you real soon.